Monster kill!
Battle begins.
Snapfire doesn't have as much AoE with the Ag Shard change now. I think that really benefited his Scatter Blast, and early on, regardless, will suffer with being able to take objectives. So you're going to be able to rotate the Primal Beast to Weeha's lane and put a lot of pressure on Faceless Void, and the Void does not want to fall back into the jungle. So that's something that Alliance can look to play off the back of. I think if they fall behind in this game, they are really going to struggle because Aster have a gigantic advantage in team fights, and I do not think this Batrider is addressed. We saw what XXS did last game on the Beastmaster, so I can see how Alliance can look to take it. It's very difficult. They need to get towers early, but it's not looking good. So I don't know. But you've got a mid Primal Beast, and we'll see. Like, hopefully, again, you know, unfortunately we didn't see success in it last game, but I want to see the Primal Beast have a good game. So I still believe in Aster. Don't get me wrong, though. Don't
All right. Aries is put down for Alliance in game number 2. Easy done. Predictions has been changed. Either way, before Aries can actually change his mind here, let's head it over to the casters with Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much. A bold pick. That's what we like to see. Bold predictions here, Trent. And holy moly, it doesn't get more bold than picking a Primal Beast in game number 1. We've talked a lot about Alliance and their mind games that they've been playing in this tournament, right? We only play it off lane. That's what they think. And then Weeha comes in at the end. He takes it himself.
I tell you, the only thing bolder than picking Primal Beast in game 1 was picking it in game number 2 after game number 1. That's boldness right there.
Bronze tier though on Wii, so you know, not quite as well known with it, but
listen,
God, that picture of his, look at that dog.
Sometimes you just don't want to see the Dota Plus levels. You know, sometimes it's never good if you're like, especially like a lower MMR game, and you see the big Dota Plus, because like clearly they're not going anywhere, but they're still picking the same hero. You know.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a good point there. You know, and maybe these are pro players, so we don't want to like to use the S word, but there could be some Murphing action going on, potentially.
Just as I envisaged.
No, okay. That helped.
No, nice one. That was good. Yeah. All right, so I've done some research on Primal Beast versus Puck for the people.
That's a bit of a...
So the way that it works is if you are leashed or rooted, you cannot use Onslaught. Okay. If you're charging Onslaught and you get rooted, it cancels it. But if you're charging Onslaught and you get leashed, it actually doesn't cancel it.
Interesting.
So if he's mid-charge and he gets leashed by the coil, he'll still be able to complete it.
What about the silence? Does it keep charging it the whole time through? Probably.
No,
I imagine
that would stop it.
Okay, got it. Go on through. Well, it'll be interesting to watch. Already starting out, goes with the uproar out of the gate. Very, very uproarious. But this will be an interesting one to watch. Obviously, one of the biggest problems that Puck has had throughout the entire time this year existed is running out of damage. And I don't know if people know this, but Primal Beast, one of the big benefits of this hero, 4.3 strength gain. This guy gets super tanky so quick.
That's a lot. I'm not sure if I said the right or the wrong thing, so let me just correct myself here. During the windup, if it's completely canceled if you get stunned, hexed, slept, feared, or taunted. So if you get silenced, it does not cancel it, but it does stop you from charging early, which makes sense.
Interesting.
Okay,
that does make sense. Oh, trample in mid as Desire is being pulled, pulling that creep wave all the way through, and he actually ends up taking more of the damage after that trample because of a couple tower shots. Not what you want to see, but still 7-0 versus the 4-1 for Ori. So coming out ahead in this first wave.
Yes, I'm sure that we're going to miss stuff because we're just going to watch mid, and that's fine. So what I've seen watching Primal Beast again is like you want to use the trample early to try and just like clear the wave, nuke it, get as many lasts as you can. And in the mid lane, of course, that's just to like grab your bottle, right? And that makes a lot of sense. It's already coming out on the courier. It's here. Runes are about to spawn. Pretty solid start, I would say. He obviously was able to get that very quickly, whereas the bottle for Puck is still running past the tier 2. So the Onslaught can help you in terms of like some mobility stuff towards runes. Can be tough versus Puck, but there goes the orb right now. So Weehaw gonna get at least one water rune for free.
Picks one up. Let's see if he charges through, charges it up, runs into Ori, gives him the little, hey, how you doing? And then kills off the wave. But yeah, like you said, can't get the second one for free.
Yeah, that's too bad because versus some mids at least would have been possible. But I wondered if they were going to do some like bat shenanigans and try and like crush him mid with XXS, but the puck into Pudge would have been bad.
Well played by Monet, ran him down on that Phoenix. Did not have anything left in the tank for it, and meanwhile up top XXS drops low, but not going to be under too much more threat.
Yeah, there's a hook back up in 5 seconds here, so could be something. Also pretty low here versus the Hoodwink, I will say. Not the damage.
Tries to get out of there. Couple more. Oh my God. Bo2. Dude, and is Nico in trouble now? Chase, he's moving in for it. A couple more punches, but won't get the kill onto Nico, baby.
That was crazy. I was like, there's no way he misses this, but that cookie is just enough of a gap to get that the distance for it. And we are gonna be running back now to the bounty rune as well, so it's costing him heavily to just run into these waves, obviously.
Yeah. Ori made the rotation also, but gets there for a little bit less expensive and having that big mana pool, but still trading out the farm and nobody getting completely dismantled this game, which is a big benefit for Alliance after that game number 1.
No doubt about that. Down bottom, Limitless. Oh, gets bashed up. One more bash.
Danger.
Give him another bash. Doesn't even
they get him. Damn, dude. Killing off wolves too. Yeah, not a great time for the old Lycan here in this one. Is trying to get into that Helm of the Dominator. That is going to be something that I was thinking about when they picked up the Lycan, was maybe a chance for like a late game Aghanims. If we see some of those, could be interesting with the Primal Beast and Trample.
Yeah, that sounds crazy actually. Just running his way through. Very interesting idea. As water runes again being sucked down in the mid lane here. Appears to be the whole meta between these two heroes. We're just getting as many lasts as we can and downing some drinks. Hydro homies in the mid lane. Top lane though, Bo2 gone this time. Not going to miss the hook, point blank.
Go baby. This has been probably his most played hero, I'd say, so far of the tournament. It's felt like.
Yeah, gotta be. You keep seeing it.
Over in the jungle, while Nico Baby's left alone after the kill, it's going to be Ducalis stacking up the jungle. Gets 2 camps built up, and can they do anything? Doesn't look like it. Weeha's fine.
No, they cookied him on top, but Ori's doing the math, and he's like, yeah, it's a lot of strength gain. There's raindrops as well, so it does just mean, though, now that he's low enough that with Coil, there can be a secondary threat, I think, is the main concern that Weeha should have.
And especially wary of that.
Jeez.
Meanwhile, down bottom.
Really risky for Weeha. Is he just dead?
Cookie. Yeah, he is.
What?
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Not great.
I mean, he didn't know that Bo2 was there. He took a risk. He just was hoping that Bo2 had moved back towards top, and then maybe he'd be okay, and then Ducalis going to TP in, but pushed it a bit far there.
Right. And down bottom, I thought there was going to be some action going on, but Monet still just playing around this. He's gone for a different build this time, more into time lock instead of getting the multiple points in time walk. Maybe just sensing that he can survive in this a little bit better with the Dazzle nearby, but could be a bit of an issue. Wheat makes the rotation bottom. Some trample, finds him, gets the kill with the pulverize, but would have loved to find Monet there instead. Wait.
Yeah, that's the worst part is he didn't even get the kill. He actually burned down as well.
Monet, but Ori makes the move, turns, wants to kill off Desire, has him in the sights, and we just forced to run away. Monet's still strong here.
Or run in?
A little bit of separation, and the time dilation stops any extra action. Has a salve to boot. Monet so strong. XXS is gonna die in the top lane, so Nico Baby finding the quick kill, and Bo2 now in pretty far. Ducalis going for some little break off the way here. A couple punches. Nico Baby waiting for that hook to come back off cooldown. 1 second away, waiting for the angle. Bo2 still playing with Ducalis, but can't get close enough with Nico Baby.
How is he so brave? on the Snapfire. I don't think this is... Well, I mean, if he gets the ulti, Nico baby, he wants it.
Dude, this guy's crazy.
He's like, yeah, if I have the damage, you know, heal up a little bit. Level 2 pushwhack.
If they can get the right angle, but Bobaca's right there too. Waiting, I mean, this is a really like bold move sticking around here right now with that ward in the area too. Yeah, it's gonna have
time to go eat a centaur.
Mid lane.
Bobaca knows though.
Tries to get into range. Hook. Oh, got him. It doesn't have dismember. Bobaca, doesn't matter. Goes down. Nico baby on a killing spree. Alliance looking really good in this game too so far.
Now, also a haste rune there. Puck gonna go for it, but Desire's there. And just, oh, nice play. Doesn't even jaunt to it as well, so he's not forced to deny or take it himself. Gets to save it for Wii, and he really needs that to get back into this game.
Yeah, I guess that's something. I was saying the line's looking good. I wasn't looking so much at the puck. Ori is actually wrecking face here. He is like 1,000 gold ahead of Wii, and Wii might just go down again. Level 8, no. Bringing him low, but not enough for the kill. Does have coil.
Fairy fire. This definitely shows, like, you know, the power trial beast, and Ori's even respecting it because, again, oh my god, that was so close.
He thought he was running all the way in.
I think he thought he was being turned on, like maybe there was a ward in the area, and he's scared that he was actually like charging him and was gonna get ultied into like a turnaround play, so it was a bit early, unfortunately.
4-4. Aster.
Goals for this game though, they need level 6 on Bobaca in order to just like go get the free kills, right? So that's your standard thing. Snapfire obviously one of the strongest supports at level 6 right now with that massive damage output, with that sentry just barely missing. Oh, never mind, not just missing, that was on the line up top. Meanwhile, down bottom here, as we're seeing some pressure onto the tower, but Monet has that chrono, so how dangerous do you want to play this there, Desire? And how much is your life worth to Monet? That's the question. Is it worth a big cooldown?
I mean, it's a very easy kill if he wants it. And then it's gonna bring Ori. Wait, we though, dude, they chrono him right as he's going in for the onslaught. Limitless has already popped the ulti. Do they have enough damage? Do they chase for more? Ori has coil back up in 2. And it was 2 seconds too late to make any kill happen. But they do get the Helm of the Dominator creep at the very least. Monet, back to farming.
Yeah, that's shapeshift used as well, so that'll slow down the next play, perhaps there from Wii and crew. But overall, game very balanced. It's not like amazing so far for Alliance. It's not like they're like storming up ahead, but they will take this. A balanced game at this point is something they've been struggling to achieve so far. The lanes, you know, again, not perfect with how far behind Weehaw is. And Ori is certainly the one that you have to be watching out for here. As I think maybe a lot of people are surprised that Witchblade not nerfed that hard. Puck also not nerfed that hard as a hero overall. I think many people were expecting that Witchblade would be tuned down a bit more, since that seems to be the thing that's really helping Puck be the hero it is right now. But it still feels like a great choice.
I think Weehaw's dead again. They have Ori nearby with the coil ready. Ducalis actually breaks the smoke, so they're not going to go for it. Interesting. Weehaw immediately TPs down bottom, where they want to get active. With Limitless and Desire here, they can maybe do something. Dive. It finds the dazzle. The chase. The run underneath the tower, and with the trample. That is going to be a dead dazzle and a tower taken.
I would say that so far today, Desire hasn't necessarily had a chance to stand out. I think that's been partially because of the drafts, where the hero has, or the heroes he's been given haven't had much opportunity in terms of like making plays and stuff. But I think the way he's pressuring and positioning himself as Phoenix has been excellent in this off lane. Like leading up to that chrono where Weehaw came down, like threatening the whole time, and then just helping to pressure the tower, diving through, knowing there's no chrono now, always having this availability of the supernova has kind of pushed back Aster a little bit. And now he instantly TP's top and is going to grab this lane. He's level 7, almost 8 on this Phoenix.
Yeah, he's getting a ton of farm, that's for sure. And I mean, it is in a way kind of coming at the cost of a couple of these other heroes who are definitely a bit behind, most notably Wii, but you can still get a lot done with that Phoenix, definitely. As
I mean, he's ahead of Limitless.
That's true.
which is a bit troublesome right now for this Lycan. And this was one of their last. Was it their last pick? Yeah, it was their 10th pick, right? When they gave Weehaw the Primal Beast instead. So much like my earlier game of Alliance versus Talon, we were like, you know, this is KP's game. We got a 10th pick Enigma. They decided to pick the offlaner last. Need a great game, but
in the mid lane, a lot of damage out. We gets away though. The power of the 4.3 strength gain keeps him alive after a couple of those kisses missed. Very well played.
That is kind of ridiculous with just an Ogre Axe. I wonder if you just like buy more raindrop. Kind of expensive though, but geez, it's like their only hope to kill him.
Yeah. Egg hop there, it looks like. Zyre just kind of hanging out. I don't know if that was a misclick exactly or what happened there, but that's fine. Clearing some of the stack, I guess, maybe. Smoke up after the fact. Ducalis and Wee together. They've got a sharpshooter ready to go with the pulverize. But as soon as they head in that direction, you can see already Aster is away with XXS. He's gone. And they see something top. This kill on Bo2 doesn't feel great, but they will most likely find this one pretty easy peasy.
And that's one nice thing is that you don't feel bad using the ulti, even on a little support like that, because it is only 32 seconds. It's, you know, it's not much of an ulti in some sense because of that, but nonetheless, it can be a good kill secure. And I think that you are looking for these kind of plays, right? This is what they were missing last game. This idea of just like Weehaw running around picking off kills with the Wind Ranger and Limitless trying to do the same thing on the Primal Beast before. This is what they want. Trying to find a little bit more on that. Now, mind you, it's only 2 kills so far. Would be nice to try and juice this up a little bit, but you know, in comparison, Ori's only got 1 kill. So he's not pucking up everybody on the side of Alliance quite yet.
That's a good phrase. Pucking up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
4 to 6. Let's move right on from that.
Thank you.
And Limitless has a creep ready, but it looks like it's all just sort of building to this farming potential later. And I gotta say, I've seen Monet in so many of these games just carry Aster in the late stages on Faceless Void. I'd be a little bit worried for Alliance if they don't keep some aggression going on here. And well, in fact, it's going to be Aster that are the ones that move on in. They find and kill off that Phoenix before any reaction comes. Nico Baby hits a creep on accident there, as Weehaw is going to run through them all through the fire. Has pulverize ready. Need to be careful. Monet moves in, finds one, thinks about the chrono, drops it in the end, and the kisses this time will be more than enough. Turns now on to Ducalis, seeing if they can find the pesky little squirrel off to the side. Does not connect with the time dilation. And so Ducalis, well, Chase looks for a bash, doesn't find it.
And that was the cost of that egg, right? That jungle egg. Right, not having it available. I mean, to be fair, Aster still took the chance to like burst down instantly. I'm not even sure if there would have been an opportunity between like the silences and everything to get it off, but it's Alliance fighting without their full utility at that moment. So, I mean, the real utility as well will also be coming once Primal Beast actually has the BKB. Unfortunately, it's another game where there's still going to be some issues between like Chrono and Lasso, but I still feel like it's a necessity to feel like you can actually utilize Trample.
Right. Gotta make use of that if you can.
Coming in.
Oh, it's just a little distance. Keeping their space away from Wee has just really put Aster in a good position in this mid game to not get caught out. That being said, Alliance still in a decent spot here. You know, you're getting closer and closer. Helm of the Overlord is done pretty soon. And they don't have like the best tools in the world to deal with this. Also, Pudgeax just...
Yeah, I think the Flesh Heap stacks would be huge for Nico Baby. If he can just get like a little bit more involved, juice those up a bit with his Aghanim, so he's not as concerned when he's chronoed and lassoed and coiled, you know? Right. Ducalis, big bushwhack opportunity here. Silenced up though.
Careful, Ori. They find him. That's exactly what they needed. The hook shot, the hook rather, and the bring down. Ori dropping.
Okay. Oh, I love bushwhack. It's so good. Hey guys, if you haven't played Hoodwink, I implore you, please go play this hero. That ability is insane.
Bottom.
Bomb though, XSS. The chase down.
Chased. Wolfpack is there. They're coming. Ducalis ready. Another bushwhack. They find him. Just this one of the lasso doesn't get him in time, and Limitless just gets out scot-free. XXS is dead. Oh, Alliance, they played that perfectly. Limitless dodging away at the right time. They have Gray, but Wee comes in and cleans him up. This is exactly the stuff they needed. Just wait, Ori. Playing cleanup, maybe? Does he manage to get out of there? There's still Leash Desire. Burns down to death. Ori knew that he was gone and does have a phase shift. Jaunts away. Nice dodge of the hook, and Ori gets out.
Oh man, that was so scary actually though. Like having an orb in there, not sure if you're gonna be too close for the dismember. It's just need a little tumbler story there. But this replay again, like they need this idea of like the supports, right? This we talked about last game. They couldn't help, they couldn't do a whole lot, but the difference here, you can just see it. Like Ducal's able to set up so much more now as a support player of this game, and back in real time, that is the big kill.
Oh. Appreciating what Nico Baby is doing as Alliance start to turn up the heat, the energy here.
I can just imagine them getting like rowdier and louder as they're playing right now too. You know, like
oh yeah,
you'd be starting to feel it because you're all on site in the same room. But though Aster, they haven't answered back.
They do indeed. Get a quick kill. Can they transition this to anything else yet? Doesn't look like it.
But that fight down bottom again, those you know, got cut a little bit short on the replay. But it was the boomerang too, right? Like coming in with that extra damage and then the spell amp as well. It's all of this early skirmishing potential that these two supports are being given. Phoenix has the longer cooldowns and everything to work with, but still just helping to turn the tides in your favor with the sun rays and the spirits in combination with this early fighter of the Hoodwink is exactly what I think they needed on Ducalis.
BKB almost there for the Primal Beast. Anything else that's coming out soon? A Blink Dagger about to be completed for Nico Baby. There's some pieces here that start coming together and looking good. Aster are going to need to be real careful with their movements.
Particularly Ori. Like this is, I mean, this is Ori's idea, right? This is at least the team idea has been putting Ori on Pudge versus Puck, and for good reason. Because if Nico Baby just blinks on top of him right now, what can Ori do? Defensively illusory orb out? That's not what he wants to do, right? That's not what the Puck player's after right now.
No, it's really tough to deal with. And that second answer too now with the BKB from Wee means you find that puck, there's really nothing that interrupts it. Gets you out of harm's way.
Into the Roach Pit with the help of the Overlord. Smoked up allies nearby, kind of baiting a little bit. But Desire pops. Vision. Yeah.
Lasso back up in 20. I don't know if they can do this. This might be a bit too far for Alliance. They need to win a fight first.
Yeah, the scary part is that they're all there, right? Like the Chrono is just there immediately. It's not like he's gonna have to like move across the map or something. So this is not feeling great. And you can see they're actually pinging on Limitless saying like, we gotta deal with this bottom half of the map. We gotta do something. But now knowing that they might be splitting up, this is where Aster decided to go in, and they have these great jumps, this big damage of the Snapfire. If anyone gets stunned like this Phoenix, they're just gonna die.
They see Nico Baby, but they saw them place the ward, and that's enough to get him out. Oh, but he got stunned by the creep. Dude, if they kept going right, he got hit by the bruiser. They might find Ducalis here. Have vision, and yes, the chase down does look good enough as Squirrel found in the trees, and Ducalis going to be the one left behind. You'll take that if you're Alliance, though.
Not so bad. Just keep pushing out these waves. Might be able to set up for something. Bottom's going to be hitting the tower with the catapult now. Dragon down there, prepped and sitting here to push this in. So huge for them right now. And both teams getting Eye of the Vizier here. So plus 125 cast range, amazing for a Hoodwink, by the way. So that's really good for Alliance.
You don't mind the minus max mana? Okay.
Wait. Yeah, no cares. No cares.
Okay. Big enough. Well, they're kind of set up again on a Nico Baby. This still feels like a really tough fight to take, and Well, yeah, a much easier kill is just taking down Ducalis again. Every time he comes top, you know, there's a problem. Although, ooh, Ori. Chase Monet, he's got it. Chrono, drop down. Do they have enough damage, though? The rest of the team coming in. This is a big kill if they can bring down Eco Baby. But already there with the Phoenix Egg and the turnaround. Although we in Deep 2, the heals that come out from that Sunray, hard to deal with. Our Alliance going to chase too far. Limitless has already popped ulti. And it looks like that's going to be the extent of it. Nico Baby just might have shorted his blink a little bit there, but that's fine.
Waiting his way up there. DD for we. All right, so the big thing though, like committing the chrono, that is a little bit unfortunate. Sunray being down with that egg though, whenever they have these fights. Oh, they got the grab though.
Lasso round 2. They need all these damage, all the kisses, all the punches. Nico Baby dead. Without the chrono, they still find him. They get out with the rest. Ori is right there on top of them. They get the big stun. They break the tree with the grave. Monet, he's going to live through it. Gets the jump out. Weeha and the BKB with the TD is just going to try and chase him down, but they don't have the heroes that they need. Nico Baby finds a hook from the low ground. That was a buyback used, and now Coil onto 3. The flame break breaks onto 2. Kills off the Phoenix. We does escape from that. But Ori, he's not going to let more of them go. A double kill as he takes down the Hoodwink. Just madness here at 23 minutes.
What stunned Weehaw? Do you know? When he charged him with that onslaught, he got stunned by something.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because that was crazy. Like, was it a centaur? That was my question. Like, was it actually a creep camp? Because that's crazy. Or like a bruiser or something. Because like when he stuns it, or when he jumps in with that onslaught right there, I thought he was gonna grab on the Faceless Void. Yeah, it was an ogre smash. Now that's insanely unlucky. Like, I was like looking around. I thought he got like coiled mid charge or something, and like he's just stuck there, right? He couldn't BKB. He almost grabbed Monet. He was gonna go down. He was probably gonna get the dazzle too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tough break for Alliance. Here's that replay, and oh, this was no, it's the same fight, right?
Yeah, the pull back in.
Yeah. God, that Sunray is so strong. All right, so then we go high ground. Okay, and then Weeha's gonna come from like a little bit below. Oh, it's that centaur, isn't it? Oh, that nasty little centaur.
Oh,
is that what it was?
My God.
Radiant are scared.
Yeah, they think about it. I'm not sure.
Well, either way, he got stunned up before BKB, and it was sad because it looked like he finally found himself a really good fight.
Wasn't meant to be.
No. And
that
yeah, that's
double pushback. That's cool. In Death Valley, Trent. That's where they were. Down in the dirt. Death Valley.
I can't think of anything that rhymes with canyon. I'm struggling here.
Mid-tier 1 tower still standing, and Aster, after a little bit of a scary little start to this game, up 4,000 net worth now. Orb, don't know if it spotted Weehaw there, but Glyph back up. They'll keep this tier 1 tower alive a little bit longer. They're going to do a little ring around the Rosie. That vision immediately scouts out that Weehaw's there. He gets the BKB off, but still pulling him up to the high ground. Does have an onslaught, wants to get away with it. So BKB down for the lasso. Seems like a fair trade.
Yeah, no BKB on the Primal Beast will send them right into the pit. There is still Egg, all their other tools, but they are so spread out on the map right now that they're just not going to find the time to get into this engagement. So, although Aster, they don't know that. They don't have vision. They don't really know what's going on, or they just feel comfortable going for a kill on the Primal Beast with another BKB.
Oh my God, dude. Silence, it's out. Weehaw trying to dodge, but the heal. Desire does it all. So good to combo that together with Pudge and freaking Lycan and Primal Beast. It's such a value Phoenix pick.
Yeah, it's just so much more heal when you're adding that 2% on these big chunky heroes. So something they certainly need, and does do really well versus like all this burst and just like magic damage that they have that becomes limited. Not a lot of sustained damage on Aster right now. It's either like has to be done in the chrono, has to be done during the last one. If you can counter that out, that'd be great for you. But Blink only has Blink 4 staff, so big mobility, but of course still a bit scary here for XSS, but he's too good. Running to the trees. Oh, I say that. Oh, I say that. Oh my.
It was right there. That was his moment. Couldn't get there in time. Sire found in the trees. Scatter blast and the punches. Goes for the shadow amulet and the turnaround. Oh, might have wanted to stay invis there for a second, bud. I was just the Glimmer Cape. He was gonna die no matter what.
No, it was Amulet at the time. You're right.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it still has the.
But he still would have died. Yeah, he
exactly.
still would have died for sure. But you know, had some time.
The old 15-second duration now.
Yeah.
Could've.
Was gonna die to Witchblade, but that's cool. Don't worry about those things, you know.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And
attack.
that might give them enough to go in now.
It's the Ogre Seal.
No.
I got so excited when I saw the patch note, and then I saw they changed it to slow instead of the stun. Because that would be really broken if we had a stunning neutral item, so that is good.
Right.
But if you know, my Ags Lab players, they know what that Ogre Seal was flopping around and doing.
It was the bee's knees. By the way, did you say the glorious name? Ags Labyrinth with the battle pass coming?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's back, right?
Is hoping.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Down bottom.
Secured from Monet, and yeah, they're just gonna force them back. And Aster have taken a bit of a lead here with a couple unfortunate fights for Alliance. Close calls for sure. You can see the tools they have with the big heals and everything, but Aster have been very diligent with the coils and really committing it only when they're gonna get these kills. Like the way that Ori just like holds onto it, waits for it, and things like XSS just escaping that bottom lane. All of these smaller plays have added up to this bigger lead, but it's not insurmountable this time for Alliance. I don't feel as bad as some of the other matches. Like you have this big damage from Nico Babe if you can get in here, this 9-second BKB. This next fight is very feasible for them. It just comes down to some of these bigger spells, most notably their own. I think like the Egg and the Sunray. Boba's a great grab, all alone here in the mid.
Yeah, Bobaca just went for the cookie into the creep wave and got a little bit greedy. Gets punished heavily. So Alliance taking,
it looks like Alliance have the Aegis. Like the way that Aster are playing, you know?
It's true. They're waiting for people to come back, and they're not actually going for that much action right here. This is going to be a glyph use.
Was that just to protect this wave towards mid or something? No, they're not even going to follow. Okay, never mind.
That is weird. Yeah, because also you don't get the replenish anymore on the tier 1s. So they just lose a glyph for nothing.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh. Lasso pulls in Limitless. He's in trouble. The Bushwhack, though, finding him. The Boomerang dead. Aegis down to Collis, the man, the myth, the legend. And meanwhile, they find the Dazzle for the kill, trying to take down the neck. Ori, he dodges the hook, gets in for the finish. Ori, you madman. He does fall because of it, but Monet, can he play clean up here? He's got so much damage, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough because they've got way more HP. Has to jump out of sight. And XXS does not want any of that mess right now.
Oh, Nico Baby, though, has Blink up in a second.
He's thinking.
He wants it.
Waiting for that moment, but won't go for it.
Hey, that's a
Not
3
a shark
for 3
today.
Fighting into Aegis, so yeah, you will certainly see that. Fight starts off really strangely. Like the ulti immediately popped from Limitless, but then the stun on the Monet, then the Bushwhack, and the takedown from Ducals with the help of the Boomerang. That's excellent. Again, one of the big changes, of course, with that Boomerang being added as the Shard being more reliable early on, you've always been able to use your spells during Sharpshooter, but you don't always have that Boomerang. Now it's much more likely you're going to have it all the time. So this, you know, Sharpshooter into Bushwhack and casting all your spells is a lot more potent now earlier on in the game, since you can reliably get this Boomerang.
Yeah, getting that extra damage in, even if it's mitigated, is just so strong when you pair it together with this high damage hero like the Hoodwink. It's absolutely crazy. 900 max damage, but a 5,000 gold lead in spite of that pretty decent fight for Alliance. I mean, you're definitely seeing the problem of these heroes running out of damage, particularly until Monet starts getting some of these bigger items online. Right now, going back for a Lincoln Sphere. So he's just playing to survive these fights, which is kind of working, but I mean, eventually they need to win them emphatically, and maybe that's going to be the next item after Lincolns or something when that starts happening. We'll see.
Yeah, BKB Lincolns will cover him for pretty much everything, right? But you know, Lincolns doesn't save you from things like that Bushwhack that's really getting him. So like then it comes down to his BKB, but it can really aid him, of course, versus the Pudge and the Primal Beast. So understandable for sure. As we get a second Ogre Seal Totem. both teams can now flop around if they want, but it's Alliance who pop into the smoke. They want to start a fight in about the same area here. Lotus, Haste Rune here for Weehaw. That available.
Success.
There's actually no blink on him though.
That's the blink. Oh, but the totem, the freaking ogre seal, it gets him out. Oh, Dazzle in trouble though. Stunned, killed. Now trying to bring down the egg. They do manage to find it, but XXS is the one that's left behind and killed. Now Limitless trying to bring down Bo2 underneath the tier 4 towers. The Force Staff getting some separation. The coil, it will connect. Limitless does not want to break this one, but Monet right on top of him. Coming in for the bashes. Bash, yes please. Boomerang, round 2. It brings him real low, but it's not enough for the kill.
I can't believe he survived there. And forcing a buyback on the Dazzle. That lead hasn't just been culled right now by Alliance. Not only a 2K, again, all after an Aegis on Aster. And Aster, in a sense, they did respect it too. Like, because when they first had that Aegis, talk about how, like, they were playing as if it was Alliance with the Aegis. And I think they kind of recognized, like, we just do not have the damage for this Primal Beast and Pudge right now. And their attempts to dodge the fights did not work out. And instead of trying to dodge the fights, they essentially just got initiated on by Alliance, while Alliance were fully grouped. And so the fights start chaotically for them. All their tools aren't readily available. It's making it really hard for someone like Picho to play these fights.
Monet, he pops the Mask of Madness, and that might be the death of him there. That was the Lincoln Sphere being brought to him, and he dies as it's on the courier.
Mid-grave too was being cast.
Monet. This is a guy that's known for playing a very aggressive style of carry at multiple times, and time just a bit too far out on the map, gets punished heavily. Alliance, they're pulling it together here. And say what you will about day 1 performance, day 2 looking a hell of a lot better for them. They learned to ban the Chen.
Yeah, that's right. Nico Baby said it. They're doing it. Man, I can't believe the XP is actually fully flipped at this point. That is crazy.
This goes to show how quickly these things swap around. Couple of the changes to the XP graph in the last patch as well. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen the Hoodwink Shard, going instead for like these more mobility oriented items. Oh no, just the shard itself. The Fire Snap could be one.
Oh, you said Hoodwink.
Or Snapfire.
You meant Snapfire.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. They find one. It's a good one to get. They pull him in closer. Bo2 cancels it. Stun is out, but they got the damage. So they find and kill Primal Beast. Just barely off the mark.
He's hungry on Ori, huh? He wants that kill bad, trying to extend that fight into something else. But yeah, I think for Bo2 at least, the Force Staff and the Blink, it's the cookie thing is cool, the shard. I think the downside is that it's just like the cookie's already doing that job. Like they're not really using it for that initiation factor. So like the benefits of the glob aren't necessarily that great and everything. So to me, I like the idea of just the more usefulness of the Force Staff. Then I kind of have like 2 cookies, you know?
That's true.
In terms of mobility options here. But all right, so overall this game, it's been a bit of a wonky one, but let's like take a status here in terms of like how these fights are going to change up now. Because how does Weehaw improve his hero at this point? Like he's looking at, he's like, oh yeah, I can get like a Kaya Sanj, because then I can upgrade all my spell damage, right? Between like my tramples, my pulverize, everything like that. Getting consistent damage on this hero is kind of weird, right? Like he doesn't scale into any sort of a right clicker. He's almost more of like a spirit type where it's more spell oriented. But he doesn't have any like those nice attack modifiers that are really that helpful. Obviously he has it on the trample, but I don't know, at least for me it doesn't feel the same because it's difficult to like use that reliably in a lot of ways.
True.
As well, I'm saying that fight's getting set up right now. Jump through.
Not gonna get him. The lasso instead finds the Phoenix, but guess what? Phoenix is right there for the fall. No, they have the control. The Hex came out from the shard. Dazzle coming in clutch, and I thought it was going to be the sheep shown for the Lycan, who does have it completed, but coiled down. Nico Baby immediately pops that BKB, but they find the pulverize. Silence after the fact. He didn't BKB first. Weehaw now in trouble, getting bashed. Monet there, thought about the chrono, didn't go for it. Still has a DD ready to go. Round 2. They have to be careful about that Pudge. Can go in for the hook if they need to. They clean up and take down the Dazzle, but a great chrono onto both of them. The Phoenix is dead. Now turning their sights onto Nico Baby. The Pudge hooks him out, so hook the Pudge. Get him with that chrono. Triple kill for Monet. The most value DD rune that we've seen in a while.
Oh, he needed that chrono on the egg. Phoenix with the buyback getting back in, and then that's why he hesitates as well, because he sees, like, if I chrono right here, like, there's just going to be a sun ray. I'm not going to have enough damage, but the worst case scenario, catching the Phoenix and a core in that chronosphere. And yeah, the initial, like, we didn't see that part, but canceling on that first grab, trying to kill XXS there from Weehaw with the trying to be a bit greedy with his BKB, gets punished for that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, that
so
chrono.
clutch there.
Dude, that angle that he placed on was so risky too. Like, saying he was right next to Phoenix and he still manages to cover over there on top of the Pudge as well.
Yeah.
And they're in the base now, by the way, and pulling out Limitless.
Oh my goodness. He's gone. An Alliance. Yeah. They don't have any buybacks right now. This is potentially going to be... I mean, we'll see what it ends up coming about from this, but the Roche, it's a relatively quick respawn, but they don't know exactly the time yet, it looks like. So 7 seconds, and they're just waiting for it. God, Aster, they're so good. They just know this is the bigger play to go for.
This lasso ogre seal is so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's just grabbing. He's just, like, force-staffing and flopping his way out. And, yeah, they are in there now, as you were saying.
Is that what he did? The ogre seal totem?
Yeah. He flopped out after. Oh, wait, never mind. Actually, no, he didn't. He must have been on CD at that point. But, yeah, he's been flopping, that's for sure.
Good old flopper. Well, Aster will claim this second Roche, and Shard is there for whoever wants it. Looks like it's this time going to be given over to Bo2, so does have that newly minted one, which gives him the Mortimer's Kisses on the Fire Snap cookie. You get to see this. Usually the players like to try it out right as they get it. Come on, Bo2, don't leave us hanging.
Maybe he already hit up the demo mode, you know? Maybe he's in there. He's got to at least find a camp. All right, here we go. This guy's a professional. It's like, that's 15 seconds where my team needs me.
Time is money.
I don't know, Bo2. This center's taking a long time to kill. Yep. Any second now.
That's not going to happen. I have given up. Oh, God. He doesn't even finish the centaur.
He left it.
Went for the Fire Snap cookie.
This guy's dedicated to the gank. That's for sure. So many people would have killed that centaur, but he knows the team needs him. The patience, though, from a line, pulling the high ground.
Go, baby. Not the best Scaro to go for, particularly once that BKB comes out. Now turns his sight just onto the egg. Monet gets pulled back in, immediately jumps away from Nico, baby. On the other side, Limitless trying to take down Ori. Doesn't quite have the damage on the Wolfman. Chase is there. Ori out. God, the overwhelming blink. A couple more punches. The battle continues up on the high ground. Ori trying to chase. Can he finish him? No. He gets out and home.
All right, so Bo2 just died to Limitless's creeps. He just got swarmed. He just dead. That's it there. So they managed to pick up 1 kill during all of this, but the opening chrono, not great, like he pointed out. So good start for Alliance, but unfortunately, they're not able to succeed in these engagements and get this like first grab. You know, they're the ones who need that first kill between like the hook and the grab and the kill. And fighting into the Aegis, that's always going to be very difficult, because if they actually manage to blow up Monet, the fight still has a second round that they're not really that well prepared for, unfortunately. And now he has a refresher. It is spotted by the wolf.
I mean, I don't know what you do once you spot it. You just kind of have to cry, I feel like. So it's not really a great answer for this. What's Phoenix going for? Does have, wants to finish the Aeon disc. That'd be really helpful. But Aster in position here. Nico, baby. They pull him. They were waiting, lying in wait. Not able to get it. Big kisses. Monet, BKB out. Pops the refresher right away. Didn't even use that chrono. Didn't have it off cooldown yet, but the heal comes in. Is it going to be enough? Nico, baby, getting the armor reduced. Tries to turn it, but it won't happen. In the meantime, from the high ground, Limitless gets brought down. The cookie forward with the glob. Everybody is gone. Alliance, it was looking good for a while, but now with everybody dead, this is likely to be at the very least a tier 3 tower and maybe even this couple of Raxes.
Is under attack.
Yeah, there was kind of this period where things seemed okay, and Aster were kind of dodging like the full 5v5s, waiting for the next round of items, just getting a little bit tankier and beefier. You know, things like the overwhelming blink on the puck. People just don't want to fall in the first volley of spells. And now they're at a point where they just like crowd out so much they could just fully target down the punch first and still win a fight, which is obviously the kind of the final blow to a team, I think.
And they've had enough, Aster. It's been a day for them. They want to end this one right now. Monet is like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here. Stick with me, team. Keeping this pressure on and taking down the tier 4 towers. They got to buy back. The backtrack talent's still there. Monet, he's not afraid. Still hanging out with the Aegis in hand. A minute dodges from the bushwhack. The tier 4 tower down. Now, the Ancient, it's a lot tankier than it used to be. Can they kill off one? The Hoodwink not going down yet. We in the back lines wanted something, anything. They do find a nice little jump out here, but the A gets turned upon next. We have silence. No chance for the pulverize. Everybody's gone again, and Aster, they're just dropping the globs right into the pit. Right into the fountain, and GG is called. Aster 2-0 Alliance.
It's a 2-0, and it ends up being a pretty big victory in game 2 by the end of it, but you know, Alliance, they got their one win.